Hello everyone, coming to you from snowy, cold Colorado today. My name is Sherry Minnie. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I live in Keensburg, Colorado, which is a small town about 45 minutes northeast of Denver. And yesterday on April 4th, we are having light snow, but I'm concentrating on the fact that it is moisture, which we are desperately in need of. It's cold, but it's only going to last today, and then it'll be out, and by the weekend we're supposed to be in the 60s. So we may have a warm, sunny Easter, but I'll believe that when I see it. Today I'm doing a fun layout card. Actually, this came from a swap that I belong to. It's called the Sixth Swap, and there are groups of 6 people, and you swap cards with them, and the goal is to have them out and in their hands by the 6th of the month. Doesn't always happen for me, but I do get them out sometime during the month. So the card that I decided I wanted to copy the layout came from this one. Manny Rios did this, and I just really liked it. Plus, it's using some designer series papers that are retiring, and I'm trying to get some of those things used up. So he made a Celebrate card. I did too. I changed a few things, but not very much. I did Celebrate. I did different paper here because I didn't have the kind that he had. I'm assuming it's a he. His name is Manny, so I could be wrong, and if I am, I apologize. But anyway, I made it a Celebrate card. I haven't put anything on the inside because I don't really know what I want to send a card for. I do need some anniversary cards, so a few of them will be that. And then here's my envelope, and I just covered the back with this paper. So today what we're using the first set of framelits, dies, I guess I should call them now that we're using, is the Stylish Shapes. And what I did is I took 2 of them, hopefully they stayed together, but maybe not. I put 2 of them together and made a little frame that should be straight, but it kind of fell apart. So, but I made a little frame, and I taped them together so that we could cut out and keep straight the little frame design that's on the front of the card. And then for the little leaf focal point here, or the little bud, I don't really know what you would call that, but for that part there, I used the framed florets dies, which is this one right here. And I also used the stamp set, which is called Framed Florets. And all I really used was the Celebrate here. 1 color of ink, very minimal stamping on this card, so we're using Flirty Flamingo. And let's see, what else are we? Oh, and we're also using some, these are actually retired too, but they're called Milky Dots, and I wanted something gold, and I thought these would work. We could even do we could kind of do the pinkish or the light gold, but that's what I chose to use. And I think that's really all we have for product. In your packet, you have your envelope. You have a thick, very vanilla card base. This is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. You have a couple of pieces of, this is the dry brushed metallic. This one is for your envelope, and it's like 2.5 by 6 or something, but that's for the flap on the envelope. We have a piece that is 2 3/4 by 4 3/4. We have a piece of naturally gilded paper. This is 1.5 inches by 5.5. On the gold foil paper, I cut out the little leaf or bud images. And you have a frame in very vanilla. This actually measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and I think I used a 3-inch square. And then you have a little tiny strip like this that we're gonna stamp the Celebrate on, which I have actually already done. So and then you'll have another piece of designer series paper. Oh, I can't tell you. I think this is again retired. I think it's on the horizon, and this is just about a 2 by, oh, let's see, what size is this? Yeah, this is about I cut a piece of paper like 2 1/4 by 2 1/4, and this is just about a 2-inch square, and it's going to fit right in the center of our frame. Okay, so I think to get started, we don't really have any stamping to do because I have, well, yes we do, we have a little bit, because I did put the Celebrate on the front of the envelope. Probably could have chosen an image from the stamp set, but I didn't do that. So we're just going to do Celebrate. Again, we're using Flirty Flamingo ink. For those of you not aware, Stampin' Up! Is doing a major color refresh. I've ordered all the new colors, but I don't have them yet. I will be sharing them with you in our next class. And some of my favorites, like Mint Macaron, are going away, and some really of my favorite old ones are coming back, so that's very nice. Okay, so that's all we need for that. Then I think we'll just go ahead and put glue our paper on the flap of our envelope, and hopefully I can get my little mini adhesive thing to work. It sometimes does not want to work for me, but I do like using it because I have better control and I don't get big fat gobs of adhesive where I don't want them. And anytime you're using foil paper, if you get adhesive where you don't want it, it will mar your paper, and you'll have, you can't really even erase it. If you do, you really mess up your paper. So try to not get that to happen. Hope you're all doing well. We've been well. I wasn't here last week, and I apologize, but we unfortunately had two deaths of members from our church, and they were very hard. And we, in a 4-day period, we fed probably close to 250 people, and I'm in the charge of the kitchen team, and I have a great bunch of girls who work with me and are so helpful. So I was so busy, there was not time last week to get on here and do a video, but I'm praying that we've had three funerals since the middle of March, or I'm sorry, the middle of February, and I'm hoping, you know the old saying, it always goes in threes. I'm hoping that we are done for a while. They're hard. So now I'm just going to put a little bit of adhesive on the back of this naturally gilded strip, and this does have a little bit of a design. You can see, I think these are flowers. They kind of go up, so you want to pay attention to that. This is a card that we will be doing in our April classes, which I believe are the 20th and the 21st. It's always the third Thursday and third Friday of the month. So again, you just take this, put it on, and you can place this wherever you think it looks appealing to your eye. I kind of tried to keep the border here and the border on this side about the same. It's not super critical, and then tried to get it straight. And I'll tell you, for some reason, I don't know if it's the way this paper is designed, but I have a hard time getting this one straight. No, it's not straight, I don't think. So let's see if I can pull it up a little bit. Again, you just have to be so careful when you have, no, I think it's not that bad. I'm just going to leave it. I do not want to mess it up. Okay, then the next thing we'll do is we'll take our little frame that we have from our packet, and I did put dimensionals on the back, and I tried to I used a lot of my edges because this frame, I definitely didn't want it sagging in the middle, and so I have quite a few on here. As you know, I do overkill on dimensionals. Everybody tells me that. Why are you putting so many on there? It's just the way I operate. Okay. And then this, again, you can just place it wherever you want to. Again, I just eyeballed what looked good to me, and again, tried to get it straight. And like I say, I struggle with this For some reason, the design on this paper messes with my eyes. I don't do a very good job of getting it straight. But we shall try. I'm going to really push it down until I look at it. How does it look? Not too bad. Okay, it is down. Now you'll take your little square of the designer series paper and we're going to stick that right in the middle of our frame here. I have ordered catalogs. Some of you will be getting them in the mail, and some of you, those are ones of you that come to my class, will be getting them at our next class. So we're just going to slide this in here. And put it down. Okay, now the most fiddly part of this whole thing is this pretty gold trim thing we have here. I tried not putting any dimensionals on and just gluing the top and the bottom, but then it falls down and I was afraid it was going to get caught when we put it in the envelope. So I just cut some itty bitty strips, and I don't even know if you can see how tiny and narrow those are on the back. I took it off the edges of my dimensionals and it did help. So I don't know what I'll be doing for class, because this is a wee bit on, oops, that one came clear off. This one is a wee bit on the fiddly side, and it's just, I'll just have to figure out something else, but I have some time to work on that and get it planned out. So let me see. This one came off, and now it's stuck to my finger. There we go. And they have to be so tiny. That's part of the problem. There, got it. Okay, then I'm just going to take my mini applicator here, and I'm just going to just put some dots, because I don't want my adhesive to go to the front. Make sure it's coming out right. I don't want it to get on the front of this foil. Oh, come on. Things are not working today. Try and wipe this off a little bit. See if I can get some more to come out. There we go. I'm afraid it's going to come out in a big glob, and that's what I don't want. And I'm really just putting it on the top and kind of on the sides, because the middle part will be fastened with the dimensionals that are on here. Okay, let's give this a try. Sorry, I'm probably off camera for all of this, and I apologize. But now the thing we're going to do is we're going to put this, you're going to take the very corner of the branch thing here, and you're going to put it down in this corner, and then we're just going to let it kind of half circle up. And I have a little bit of dimensional showing here, but I think I can push it over and get it. Like I say, I definitely have to figure out something a little bit different for class. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but I'll come up with something. Okay, so there we are with that. Now we'll take our Celebrate, and again we're going to put dimensionals on, and let me see where my big dimensionals are. Yeah, I don't hardly have any. Guess what? We're going to be using some edges, which is fine. So I always try to use as much of these as I possibly can. The first dimensional, I'm going to move over a little bit from the end because we have to put our gold bow on here. And right there, and that's it for that. Put these back. I don't need the scissors. But I do think we will put our bow on before we proceed. Now, please tell me the bow is in my envelope. And it is. Good. So we'll just take a glue dot. And I just take it and I kind of scrunch it up a little bit. I guess what I put the part on backwards, but that's okay. I think this will work. And then I'm going to take this and we're just going to kind of stick it, hopefully, right on the glue dot. No, I need to turn it around. It's upside down. Okay, there we go. I'll take the dimensionals off. And we will kind of put this along, we will put it along the bottom. And I brought it in a little bit so we'd have room for the bow. And we will trim off the bow because I don't like it that long. And this does fray, but I think it looks okay with frayed edges. So that's how we're going to do it. Okay, and then we're going to take our little gold jewels. Need that anymore? Let me clean house here just a teeny bit. And we will take one of the larger ones. We'll probably have different ones when it comes to class time. But this is what I'm using for the ones that I'll be mailing out. I started doing 2 or 3 years ago. I was mailing cards birthday and anniversary cards to everybody at our church. And I kind of got away from it. And now I have so many cards. I thought, that would be a real blessing. I hope it's a blessing. And it helps me use up some of my cards. So I started in again. And so far I've done pretty well keeping up. We don't have a super large church, but it's probably going to end up being 100, 150 cards that I'll be sending out, but which is fine because that's why we make them, right? And I sometimes think it's harder to get them mailed than it is to get them made because we get so excited about making a new one and then we put them to the side and don't think about it. That's why my class cards are a lot of times cards that I need for my personal stash, and we just do them in class. Never have enough birthday cards. Here lately, I've not had enough sympathy cards. Not cutting very straight today for some reason. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, here's our cards then. I have this one. And then here's the original one that I got in my swap. And here's the other one I made. So they're all pretty much the same. They're only just a little bit different in the way I place the items and some of the papers I used. So I hope you enjoyed this card, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful day. May you have a blessed Easter. And if there's time in your schedule, I hope you you have a church that you can go to celebrate the resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.